Hey guys, Dave Witchard, President FFL Velocity. Welcome to Weekend Warrior Podcast, and I have a special guest came up to see us today, and came in some guys from Texas, but I don't think you're in Texas, right? You live in Louisiana.
Live in
right
Louisiana,
now,
go
right
back
now.
and forth between Houston and everything.
Yeah, but his name is Michael Martin. Say hi, Mike.
Hey, how y'all doing?
You go by Mike or Michael?
Michael.
Michael. All right, Michael's in the house. I'm giving a double loss. He played football at LSU, so SEC school. Give him a little bit of clapping. It's all good. Yeah, so it's funny. I just went to the national championship game. It was super cool, right? For me, I didn't. I've told a few people. Some people know me. One of my regrets is I wish I wouldn't have maybe walked on at Georgia. You know what I mean? Playing high school football in Georgia, it was it was fun. It was a good time. Had some things that I made other decisions, but I regret that part. And but I've always loved the Dogs, and it's been fun to watch, and certainly 41 years. Yeah. Hopefully, And so being a part of LSU. So hey, listen, it's funny because we have a connection from a standpoint of he works with Ron Miller, who's a very dear friend of mine, like a brother, and then one of his brothers, if you will, is a guy named David. This is actually our uncle, which is kind of cool, and we didn't know it, so we have that connection. You didn't even know. I was in Ron's wedding. Yeah, it was Ron's wedding. So anyway, but Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your background, like where you're from, your family, anything you want to tell us about yourself.
So I'm originally from Weslaco, Texas, down in South Texas. Lived there for about 15 years. Moved to Louisiana my sophomore year of high school. Moved back to Texas my junior year. Moved back to Louisiana my senior year. Won a state championship there my senior year. Ended up going to play football at LSU. Won a national championship there my 3 years there. Graduated from LSU 3 weeks ago with my degree in accounting. Starting full time this month. I came out here to see you and get some tips.
Give you a ring when you won?
Oh yeah, we got three.
Where's yours
big
at?
old, I didn't bring them. I'll bring them next time I come see you.
One. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yep.
Cool. So went to LSU, and so when you went to LSU, you played football, obviously, wide receiver, that kind of thing. Obviously, I imagine you took a few hits there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
sure. What was your favorite thing about school and being in competitive side, and how did you find us? How did that work out?
It's funny. So my graduation dinner, I was sitting there with the closest of my family, and I was kind of looking back, reminiscing at the football days. And the one thing that I really loved is, back in Texas, I over there played running back, did whatever it is I had to do for the team. Whenever I moved to Louisiana, played defense, played free safety. Whenever I went to LSU, they wanted me to play receiver, so I played receiver. The one thing that I really, looking back, that I loved was being a great team player. I loved playing my role. I loved doing what was asked of me. And I always did it. I never asked no questions, whether it was go scout team, whether it was punt return, whether it was kick return, whatever it was, whatever helped the team the most is what I did. So, looking back, that's kind of what I loved the most going back for school. I loved the in-team environment. I loved having people push me. I loved having, someone holding me accountable, most importantly, especially like working out, things like that. Somebody tells me they're going to work out, I'm there. Compared,
right, let's do it.
If you want 4:30 tomorrow,
we'll be there. We'll be down there.
So that's really what I love the most about school, just having the team environment and being able to compete. So much, not so much in the classroom because grades are grades, but athletically, holding somebody accountable to push me to the furthest that I could be pushed is really what I love the best.
Cool. So your best week or your best month, you made so he was part-time, right, in the beginning, just now going really full-time, right, because you just got out of school, graduated, stuff like that. If you're out there watching this and it's like, hey, you're a college athlete or whatever. I mean, I was reach out to my dude here and say, look, I play college football. I'd love to work with you. That's the key. I mean, we want everybody to work here. First of all, we'd be excited if you come work with Michael because he's part of Velocity in some way, right, like in Ron and Secure and Tribe and all that stuff. So, Destiny, I guess. I don't know how y'all structure, but it's a lot. But at the end of the day, like we just want people to win at FFL, right? But what we were talking about, like college athletes and different things like that. But in with his football and stuff going on and school, that's pretty cool. Like you don't have to rely on his parents, you don't have to rely on, what the schools might do nowadays. Who knows? Whatever. That's pretty cool.
Best part was really going from relying on my parents as a walk-on, them giving me money. Thankfully, they were able to financially support me a little bit, and then going to saying, "Hey, Mom, I don't need that anymore."
How was that?
It was great.
They were happy about that?
They were happy about it, but that was really, for me, it was the first time really that I don't want to say I didn't need them because I always need my parents, but financially, it was the first time being on my own, and especially as a college student, being able to pay for my apartment, being able to pay security department, the electricity, all that. Good. That's really, that for me, especially, was really the biggest blessing to me. And it blew my mind. It changed my life.
Yeah. You go to church?
Yes, I just started going about 3-4 months ago.
Got it. Where you go?
My place. Shout out to I can't remember, Alex Oakland. He was a walk on with me and him when I took philosophy classes.
Yeah.
We would sit at the back during practice and we would go back and forth. And eventually, 4 months ago, I was just you're a lot more persistent than I am with your things, and I love it. So I started going, and it's really changed everything for me because I went from not worrying about it to like, okay, now it's conscious in my head whenever I'm doing things. So
not to believe, to believe.
And it's honestly helped a lot with selling almost because it's just I don't even feel like we're selling. These people, whenever you're just loving on them, whenever you genuinely have their best intentions in mind, they can sense that, and it's helped a lot.
Well, I'm not afraid to talk about that. Like, I mean, I'm not a pastor or anything like that. I'm not going to preach to you, but for me, God's everything. Without that, we don't have anything. And that's why I do what I do and helping people. So sounds like you're in that same boat, right?
Yeah.
And Ron's like that. I mean, the people that so Jerry, all of them. So good people. But okay, so we made that money and all that. What have you found? So you started here, you're brand new, college kid, played football, all that. And I love the fact that you play college. I just think that athletes have an advantage in the standpoint of, like you said, team player. You mentioned punt return. Oh my gosh, that's nightmares. Because I was that guy that did that. It's like, and of course in high school it's a little different, as you know. They don't block, right? They take off on punt block. I mean, it's like that's the one play. Like I'm not blocking.
Well,
and guess who
punt return I love,
right?
Trust your training. It's just like catching a pass. If you know that you're going to catch it, they hit you. You saw it in the Georgia game. They touch you. That's free 15 yards. So, and that's how I always looked at it.
Yeah, and I don't think he touched him.
Oh, well.
I'm just saying. He was in front of him, like two. See, he was like this far in front of him. I didn't see him touch him. But then they came down the other way, and what happened? The other guy runs right by us, and I was like, okay, where's the flag? Like,
good acting. Good acting.
Exactly. So anyway, but hey, we won, so that's all that matters, right? But yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's like, I just remember, like, no block. Come on, just a little bit, just some.
Well, I was thankful my senior year to play on a team. We had 16 guys go play Power 5 football. So,
there you go.
I was blessed to be a part of an amazing team. And, that's just part of the thing. I went from not making the playoffs my junior year to winning a state championship my senior year to winning a national championship. So I've kind of seen it all as far as the athletics go. And I know that I've been in this scenario where junior year, hey, they're relying on you. Senior year, hey, you play your role, especially. And then going to college, hey, play your role here, whether it's scout team, whatever it is. Just play your role, trust the process, and things are going to fall out your way when you have good intentions in mind.
Well, that's great, and great to hear, because that's it. We play a role here, and you can. If you look at Family First Life, been in business 8 years. Next year 9. This year will be 9. We'll do $1 billion. So, like for our company, it's like I know we'll do the same thing. Why? Because it's duplicatable. Yep. We look at that path that's laid in front of us, and we have the same opportunity that Sean's given everyone. You have that same thing. So. But at the end of the day, if you want to work with a guy, I mean, you got to reach out to my man. But so tell me about this. So what was it like when you had to get leads, dial the phone, which you've never done? What was that experience like, and how much better have you gotten over the time? I know that you're starting full time now. You're gonna be doing it all the time, but we are a big team, and that's gonna come back, and other people are gonna come to your team, and they're gonna follow you, and you're gonna grow and all that. But what was it like that when you started dialing? How was that feeling? How'd you get through it? Have you gotten better? Those type of things.
And I kind of mentioned it before, but Ron was the number one guy at his last company, the practice company, for 7 out of the 8 years, and I don't think that gets talked about enough, but that's a big deal. So whenever Ron told me, we dial the phone, we call people, got the script, I called people, and I kind of. It was new. It was a process, but the best thing is that these people are looking for life insurance. It's not like you're over there looking for somebody that filled out a random survey and gave their information. They're looking for life insurance. So you definitely get a lot better over the process. Again, you learn what people like, what they don't. And definitely the thing for me was it went from booking 5 minutes to book an appointment to a minute and a half. And that was really the thing is whenever you can compress that time down, you're saving 4 minutes per appointment. You're setting 15. That's saving you an hour in the back end of everything. So it was new, but I knew that not everybody's going to be doing that, and I know to get results that
everyone's going to die. You don't have to convince anybody who's going to die, right? A little bit different. And so you probably knocked on a door or two, but could you imagine doing that? Like knock on somebody's door, hey, something's going to happen to you, you're going to get sick, you're going to get hurt, whatever, versus, hey, you filled out this form. A little different, right?
And even when you're knocking on the door here, you have the form that they fill out. You're not knocking on a random person's door. Hey, you looking for life insurance? Somebody that's already looking for life insurance. And, whether it's an instant, whether it's a 1 month, whether it's a 3 month. Hey, in our database, it says about a month ago you were looking for life insurance.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So, all right. So again, okay. So, what are some things that you've found that have worked for you? Like you're still new to this game, but like when you're going to home, maybe a couple things you've learned that you do. How simple is like when you went at home? Did you have somebody to call? How did that work?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
because you're brand new, you dial the phone. That's on you, right? You book the appointments. You got better. Did you get on phone Zoom dials and learn too from people?
Oh, yeah,
So,
for sure.
So talk about the training part of it.
So the training part, I mean, we're all independent contractor. We're all big boys or big girls. We can do it on our own. So the Zoom dials really helped me see what other people were doing and what was working for them. And then I was able to tailor it for me. And then as far as going in the home, yes, there's the training that they teach you everything, the structure. But once, I realized that, like, hey, we're underwriters, not necessarily salespeople. That's my favorite line in the home. Like, hey, I'm not going to push any other company if it doesn't make sense for you. I'm just going to underwrite. I'm going to see who's going to fit you best. And then we're going to submit an application. Because, at the end of the day, I've had somebody that was 29, perfectly healthy, get declined because, they just got out of the military 4 years ago and they had high blood pressure. They got diagnosed with high blood pressure for leaving the military. And they weren't able to get any insurance. So, unfortunately, you're never going to know unless you submit an application to the carrier. And that's really going through the structure and setting structure in the home is really the biggest thing for me because, again, it takes all the sales pressure off because these people don't know what it's like to go through and sell insurance or to get insurance. So that's why you walking, being the professional and walking them through that process of getting insurance is really the most important part. You're the one with the license, you're the trained person, and you're the one that's out there that's going to serve them best because somebody at a practice company is going to come and push their only one product that's not going to make sense. And, us, we have over like 150 products or something like that. So your job as the underwriter is really just to know which product it is fits them best. And by doing that, simply call your upline and they'll be able to tell you, hey, they're on this medication, they're on this, go America. It sounds simple, but it's really that easy. So structure in a home is really the biggest thing for me. That's helped a lot. And then Zoom dials helped me. I thought I was the only one getting those objections, but everybody gets the same objections. So once you're able to go through, learn how to overcome them, the game becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, and so I'm listening to you, and the first thing I think about is he's listening to a lot of podcasts.
I love podcasts.
Yeah, but if you listen to him, he's been here 2 years. Like he's saying stuff in home, whatever. So, somebody's watching, and they're like, it's work. I already know you're going to be successful here. I'm super excited to have you in here. I'm not just saying because we're talking right now, because I know the drive, and I'm just going to tell you that if you would take the mindset that you have and continue to stay the course, continue to work hard, be teachable and coachable I'm just here. I'm here to help you as well. You can call me anytime. Mm-hmm. Just seriously.
Yeah,
I will help you. But you have Ron, you have Eric, those guys, you have, I guess Jared, you have your uncle's coming on, mm-hmm. But you're no more than him, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is we'll be Road Integrity here next week, which is going to be fun. You get to meet Sean, mm-hmm. which you'll love that, right? Yeah. Have you met him yet?
I've been around him at a Houston conference. I haven't officially met him, but just being around him is, I feel like 10 times is me every time I just hear him talk.
Yeah. Well, you've played, played for Coach O. Who else did you play for?
Coach O. Joe Brady.
Was Coach O there the whole time you were there?
Yeah, he was there the whole time. Cool. Yeah, Coach Mahaffey had a great high school coach, Coach Mahaffey.
Yeah, we'll talk to him, I can't do it quite like he does, but yeah.
Shout out, Mickey Joseph, Scott Lindenhan, a lot of those
Scott
guys.
I know the name.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're just great at what they do because they've studied it. And if you want to be great at anything, it's going to take sacrifice and it's going to take learning. And just whatever you want to commit yourself to. I know that Family First Life is the best vehicle out there to get you to where you want to be.
Mm-hmm. You catch some balls from Joe?
Oh, a few, yeah. We used to warm up we used to warm up every day. So, Monday mornings, hey Joe, how was your weekend? Oh, good. And just played Super Smash Bros. Pretty simple.
He's killing it, right?
Yeah, he's doing great. All those guys. And that's really the best part, here, you just get to clap for everybody, watch everybody succeed. And that's really the best part.
Chase is killing it too, right?
Rookie of the year.
Yeah. Even watching, did you play was Fournette there or was he already gone?
No, he was already gone.
God, what a tank he was, man. He still is.
We had Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Hey.
They're all, we're talking about LSU. It's like, for those who don't play in the SEC, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry and I'm not sorry.
You're either playing it or you get beat by it. So, pick your poison.
Yeah. Speed. Oh, wow, they're really big and they're fast too. Hey, we have bragging rights, right? Wait, so Clemson, now I'm proud to say because I'm Georgia, but Alabama, LSU, so Alabama won 3, LSU, Georgia, 5 of the last 6 years.
Well, I saw
6 out of 7. 6 out of 7.
12 out of the last 16.
Wow.
I saw that on ESPN, so that makes it easier.
There you go. 12 out of 16. So if any of my friends are watching this, you're like Big Ten people or whatever. I mean, just stop talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Because I think that, just it's okay to be second in something, in conference, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We don't be second in anything else, though.
Yeah. No, exactly. For sure.
Not here, right? You're watching this, you're early 20s, you're in college, whatever. Call Mike, say, Michael, say, I want to work with you, right? It's just that simple. It doesn't matter where you are. I mean, he's at LSU. He'll bring you to a game, whatever. Take me to one. No, Georgia, LSU next year, I think.
Hey.
I think it is.
Where? I mean, SEC championship, that can always align.
That can always happen.
That can always align.
It seems like I think you're in that rotation. Like, I don't know. Because we didn't play you this year.
No, we didn't.
I don't think we played you last year. We did. No? Last time we played was the SEC.
I actually remind me to show you after this. I have a video from my freshman year where Jake Fromm threw the ball away, and caught it. So that was my only reception in college on the field.
Might be the only one he put me. No, I'm just kidding. Jake he did all right. He did the best he could, but he was playing against Joe. Come on, we just have a prayer in that game.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Not many people did that year. He was just, that's just how it is sometimes. Like this year, we were that way.
Yeah. That defense was insane.
Yeah. And man, I mean, how did you? Talk about underdogs. Like, and this is cool. This is the way podcasts are. Like, I just want to talk about stuff. Like, and I'm not just saying it's a Georgia fan, but to know Stetson Bennett's story and knowing you are a walk-on. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, he's not much bigger than you, dude.
No.
Like, he's not. Mm-mm. And so many people doubted him. Yeah. He was there for 2 years, if I remember correctly. And he went, he was basically running a scout team where he kind of made his name for himself. I don't know if you know this, you probably do. But he played scout team before they played the Rose Bowl, right?
Oh, wow.
Against guy plays Cleveland now. Quarterback.
Oh, Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, so I forgot. But they were playing Oklahoma. They were underdogs, right? Went out there, beat them. Well, he played Baker Mayfield, right? So, but then he left after the season, went away for junior college for 1 year, and then came back. I think that's how it went. Mm-hmm. He came back, wasn't a starter, but he played a little bit.
Saw he was a fifth-string quarterback coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he ended up being, because when our starter got hurt, he was the most experienced out of the other guys. Were all freshmen and whatever. So they put him in. Mm-hmm. Did good. Right? Took him back out, put him in, took him out, whatever. And then this year, he battled for the job, right? Starter goes down again, and he wasn't losing it. He just wasn't.
I think that guy's a 5-star too.
Huh?
That guy was a 5-star too. The guy that he beat out, JT Daniels.
Yeah, and JT, and it's nothing against JT. It's just, at the end of the day, they're two different quarterbacks. Yep. Like I think people thought we needed him to win, and I understand why. But if you watched him play, he literally, with his feet is the difference, and that's why he stayed. I mean, he had to do that. If you watched him run out there, I mean, they were going to kill him.
It worked out.
And
worked out pretty
JT had
nice.
been down a lot. Yeah. I mean, I love him to death, but and I think he can still play pro ball. He's got a great arm, all those things, knows what he's doing, but it just not this game.
I don't think anybody will be upset y'all won a national championship.
No. But hey, think about this. He was a kid. I don't know if you know the story. He was a kid, told his dad, I'm going to play at the University of Georgia, win a national championship. And by the way, at that time, we hadn't won one in 30-some years.
Yeah. Wow.
His dad's like, well, first of all, you're going to go play Georgia. What? As we wrap this up, this has been one of my funner podcasts. So I'm not kidding. This has been great. I love, of course, we're talking about football a lot, so it's kind of fun, and it's a great time. What are the timing of this, man? 2 days ago. So my whole family, and it's not, I'm not trying to make this about me, but it's just fun because we have a guy that played college football. I didn't. Played high school, high level, whatever. Chose a different route, went Navy, did some other things, but served country is good, right? But anyway, so in that moment, it's like my whole family, my girls, they grew up watching dogs, and they're all texting me, and Dad's crying, all this stuff, and it was emotional. And I wouldn't have been at that game with Sean Mike, And by the way, it wasn't that he wanted me to go with him; it's the fact that he actually convinced me to come. Because I went to the SEC game, championship, and I was kind of I don't know if I'm going. I'm so. So being a Christian and superstitious at the same time doesn't work, but it's I'm not trying to say that, but it's
it worked out.
I worked a different shirt. I did. I wore a different shirt, and that's crazy. I did, but it's just athletes. I mean, it's not overthinking it. But I did. I put the other shirt away because that one didn't work. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was surreal, really. It was just it was good for them. And the thing about it is I sit back. We beat the best. I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, he's the GOAT, dude.
He is.
I mean, Nick is the GOAT. Yeah. There's no doubt. I mean,
don't say that.
Until somebody wins 7 more, 7 or more, how can you deny it in the short time? And watching him being on that sideline was pretty cool, too. And I watched him in the SEC. I was on the same side in that one. Didn't turn out the same. But what did you think was going to happen?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Alabama was gonna take it just because Nick's the GOAT. I mean, I never doubt Nick. because when he's doubted the most is when he does the best.
Yeah.
I honestly thought, but Georgia's defense was insane. So
they were, but they didn't play good the first time.
No, but you lose 2-star receivers for Alabama. That kind of makes it you're fighting with your hand behind your back. But things worked out, and
Yeah, and so I knew. Here's the thing. I'll just say this: like I knew during the game, I told everybody it will be different, and the reason it was different is because I watched him against Auburn, and Williams went out. I mean, fantastic receiver. You just can't. You got to double cover. You can't double cover both of them. You just can't. There's not enough people. And so when he went down, I knew that was going to be different.
Yeah.
But then when dude, I was sick to my stomach. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt, especially like that when no Williams get hit. It's not like I'm glad he got hurt. I never do that. It's a very rough sport. We want to play the best. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that was, could it have made a difference? Yeah, but he had the one play, right? Who knows what would have happened after that? But you could definitely see a difference in the way the game was going, right? Mm-hmm. The pressure on Bryce Young was completely different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those were adjustments.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Bryce Young's a freak too.
Freak. Yeah. Absolutely.
A bunch of freak athletes on that field, and that's just SEC for you, though.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry we're not going to talk about football, but anyway, Michael played college football. So, and I think the thing is we're competitive. Well, here's the deal: the GOAT in the insurance business plays for us. He's not. We don't play for. We play for him. Mm-hmm. And it's, if I were to compare, Nick Saban, and I said that before. Now, if Kirby goes and wins 6 more, I got to say Kirby. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, he has been. And Sean Mike is the GOAT in the IMO space. That's a fact. Which means in the insurance world, in my mind, the fact. If we look at marketing companies, whatever. Your phone number?
Oh, my phone number.
How do they get hold of you? Yeah.
My personal phone number is 956-376-8849. Go ahead, shoot. I respond to text quicker, just because name interested, and I'll give you a call right away. My Instagram, Michael MichaelMartin, Michael Martin, because in South Texas, Michael Martin. Yeah, that's how they say it. So that's my Instagram. Go ahead and reach out on there. Same Twitter, same everything. Facebook, Michael Martin. I'm just excited. Let's go and grow, man.
You meet Yari and them down there?
Who?
Yari and Eduardo?
Mm-mm.
They're down there.
Yeah, I haven't met
them. They work with Rich Young. They're great young folks. Yeah.
Put us in contact.
Meet them. Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, thanks for being on today. Michael's great, and love working with him. Just started kind of, so been fun. We talk about football all the time. But hey, thanks for being on. Please go subscribe if you're not already there. Family First Life Velocity. Just click the subscribe button. Make sure you watch. A couple days a week. Weekend Warriors. We're doing now. We switched to Tuesdays, Thursdays, 12 o'clock. So Eastern. We were doing 3, just going to 2 for now. But we appreciate you getting on. So thanks so much. We look forward to working with you.